I think I'm good now. I forgot. I be forgetting how to do this. I'm sorry. I really be forgetting how to do this. Got to get better at it. So I'm gonna start. Just keep on recording. Just keep on going. I'm here though. Y'all see, I made it. I made it. I made it. I know my audio is up because I already checked that. Well, yeah, let's make a few things clear. Let's do it. Let's play the camera. Let's get some support with the lighting and just get everything right. Start off with this, then we go to the other main issue we got. You can't be forgetting that you mic'd up. Like I almost just forgot that I was mic'd up, but I walked by a mirror. And when I walked by the mirror, I saw the light on the mic. So you gotta be mindful that you mic'd up. I see I'm gonna have to use another camera on this too because StreamYard camera looks blurry. I actually have a better one that I can use. StreamYard. Also, all right. Let's see what we got here. Yes, yes, yes. I know I'm still mic'd up. Let's get into it. Trump, Biden, the debate. From the beginning of that debate, I'll be honest with you guys, I thought that Joe was lucky to just make it out. Joe was lucky to make it to the stage, to get to the camera. That's what it looked like. Joe was having a little bit of difficulties locating his podium. That's number one that I noticed. Number two, he talks very light and weak. No authority in his voice. No commanding, no actual commander-in-chief sort of sounds. guy's just talking to be talking, reading a script that was written for him, seems to be. What else did I notice? I noticed that he looked very frail. Back to his voice, he was very soft-spoken, and I would say, I have to say the truth, which is kind of weak. I thought that his speech was very weak in his delivery. Yeah, you know, the people that have voted for our country now, like you sound like you have a cold, you kept on coughing, nobody wanted to bring that up, talking about he had a cold or he was sick or whatever like that. And it just happened to be the worst timing for him to have a debate that day when he was sick. So, he had already three things that were working against him before he even reached the podium. Actually, once he got to the podium, the last part was identified, which was his conversation, the way that he was talking. 1 minute, silent. Another thing I say is Trump did not fail us in staying true to who he is. Because, the black this, the Hispanic vote, Trump, you definitely are younger. You seem as if you may have a better physical presence as the president. You seem as if you have the wherewithal to understand a sentence and keep a cognitive and relatively understandable conversation going, is what I want to say. Whereas President Joe Biden, on the other hand, has a much different sort of delivery, doesn't seem to even know where he is at times, and is really hard to follow when it comes down to what he's trying to explain when he is talking to us. He seems to have lots of difficulty in those categories as far as like getting his point across and staying on topic, which is very important if you're trying to explain something to people. Stay on a topic, finish your sentence. In between that, try to make sense with what you're talking about. Did we get that? Do you think we did? Be honest about it. Oh boy, there's so much. Let's see what else. They said that there were certain sort of LIEs told as far as that had to do with the war with Ukraine, Israel, abortion, Roe versus Wade, certain categories like that. On both sides, there was pushback. There was a certain sense of responsibility that was put on the candidates that they had to explain their part in how they feel about the laws, the way things are being carried out, and what they plan on doing if they do wind up remaining or becoming the new president. This was I have to say it was very interesting because of the fact that we got a chance to see them both on the same stage, not just advertising and campaigning, not just pushing their narrative and what their party wants to hear. Got a chance to see them in their physical being, whether they're healthy or not, expressions on their faces, you know, demeanor, things of that nature. We got a chance to see that in the debate. Also, we got a chance to see them take questions from the press, which American citizens do want to know what they're talking about and what their narrative is that has to do with specific and important topics. So when you put all of this stuff together, as far as topics, things that are going on in the world, plans for the future, their campaign goals, do you feel as if you got what you needed from these candidates? Did you get the sort of full understanding of their idea of what they want to do if they remain president or if they become the president again? Did you get that from them? Did you get what you needed as far as like, okay, I have an understanding of Donald Trump and I know that that's the direction that he wants to go in. All right, cool. I could continue to vote for him or whatever. Did you get that is what I'm asking. Did you get, okay, yeah, Joe Biden does look healthy enough. He does stay on topic enough. He does, did you get that from that debate? I want to know that. And that should be what you are asking yourself, because that was the point of the debate. The point of the debate was everything I said. Did you get what you needed out of it to understand your candidate or to understand the candidates? Are you going to vote? Do you feel as if there is a need to, or if voting is something that is not even going to get us anything? What's your opinion? Leave a comment. Also, I want to know if you feel as Joe Biden's presidency has equaled up to the level of Donald Trump's presidency, or has Donald Trump's presidency exceeded Joe Biden's presidency? What do you guys think? I guess also it depends on your party and who you are going for and your political views, which is a very sensitive key point, because sometimes we are loyal to our party more than we are to the person. Sometimes we're more loyal to the person than we are to our party. It just depends on who you are as a person. So I also ask, in wrapping up that segment as far as like the debate, how do you guys feel as the questions that were asked? Do you think that there were questions that were asked that you wanted to know? Were there questions asked that you would have asked? Or are there other questions that you feel should have been asked? Do you think that the questions were asked and answered thoroughly? Or do you feel as if certain questions were dodged and, let's say, media prepped? Because if you're really trained as a politician and you're getting coached for stuff like this, you know that there's such thing as media training and expectations to what your other opponent is going to say. So you're already trained for certain things, and you already know what to say when those topics come up. For instance, when the A word was brought up about, Roe versus Wade. Donald Trump insisted upon saying that this is what the public wanted. The public now has everything in their control to do with what they want, and that they basically are the final say of what the law should be in each state. On the other hand, you had Joe Biden, who felt as if he went with the same description of Roe versus Wade: woman's right to choose, doctor, criminal, health, religion, and those points, state as well. So that was one point that was kind of shaky. Then they got to the war. They talked about the 13 that were left. And Donald Trump really went in on that as far as the soldiers who didn't make it home from, what was that? I'm sorry. Forgot where it was. That's terrible for me to remember, for me to forget that. But it was terrible for that to happen. And for them to, they went over that point. They also went over, he say, she say areas that really didn't mean anything, as far as they said, you said this. Then the general that got fired for claiming that Donald Trump said that soldiers who died in the war that were in the memorial were suckers, cowards. Joe's strongest point was probably when he was trying to defend his son's career as well as his death, and explaining that he got hurt in the war, in combat, and that the medical that was provided by the U.S. government was sustainable and it was good enough to get him through what he needed. That's when they were going back and forth about, VA and government rights, and Donald Trump said things like, Social Security is now being given to migrants and immigrants, and soon there'll be no Social Security for American citizens due to what Joe Biden's doing. That was his opinion. What else we got here? We got some really key points where Joe kind of went to the left and really didn't stay on focus when it comes down to his behavior. He was kind of like drifting. He was drifting where it was like kind of spastic but kind of scary, because he was like frozen but still moving a little bit with a puzzle type gaze, I would try to say. That was one point that wasn't really good for him. As well as when he was trying to explain something about medical benefits and medical information, and he wound up talking in circles, talking about COVID, and then the last thing he said was what we did for Medicaid, Medicare, and then Donald Trump came and got that like a dog with a bone, grabbed onto it and said, I don't even know if he knows what he said, which was a true statement because of the simple fact that Joe didn't seem as if he knew what he was talking about at all. It seemed like he was just rambling and just talking, and the commentator just basically had to cut him off. Like, all right, that's enough, Mr. President. Next question. Gave it to Donald Trump. So that was pretty crazy. Trump, he defended himself when Joe Biden called him a criminal and made claims that he had SCX with a prostitute, said he never did it. So I would say that from the walk-in to the first conversation to the back and forth to the points of the debate, it was pretty expected. Besides Joe's errors in movements, function, delivery, coughing, not staying on point and on topic. Trump not being so truthful, not telling everything that's really happening and going on with the campaign and things of that nature. Dodging issues and dodging topics when it came down to certain specific areas like January 11th where he said that, and his answer was another answer besides the answer that was asked of him, which was, do you think that January 11th was a good day for what happened? And he said, yeah, well, January 11th, we had better economy, we had secure borders, we had a better Social Security, we didn't have, high bills and the such as a high deficit. So he tried to overshadow one question with something else, which wasn't actually answering the question. So we caught that as well. So yeah, we let that one go. So, but overall, it seems as if, the Republican Party is happy with Donald Trump's performance. Democratic Party doesn't seem too happy with Joe Biden's performance, I have to say. And I wouldn't either, because it was very lackluster. And he didn't seem as if he was understanding of what's going on in the world. And when you're that old, it's pretty evident that you can see his age is starting to be shown. You can actually see it. So it is what it is, Man's 81 years old. I think it's even older than that. He's getting older. In the beginning of his presidency, he was running, moving around, pretty efficient, looked like he was on point. But you got to look at things. Life is what it is. We get older. Being a president is very painstaking and it's a very high caliber job. So it takes a lot out of you. And you have a lot of responsibility, so you're going to get grays. Remember when Obama was the president? His hair was like mine. By the end of it, he was looking like George Washington with gray hair. So yeah, I would say that overall, I have to give the debate to Donald Trump when it comes down to appearance, delivery, understanding, and confidence, as well as overall stature. Joe Biden, you seemed honest, tried your best, but we don't need a president like that. We need someone that can actually command and lead us, because we are a country that's suffering. If you feel like you can and you want to stay in, which is what we're hearing, because after the debate, they say that you went back to the White House and you guys had a real serious meeting to figure out if you want to stay on the campaign, and you said that you did. So I guess that's what you're moving with. If that's what you're going to do, we're going to need you to step the game up, man. Because a lot of things that you're doing negatively is probably because of your age, and you're not paying attention to sensitive issues like border control and things like that, and migrants, because there is a lot of crime going on in cities like mine, New York City, and needs to be handled at the border, so that certain people are not making it in to do all of this crime and hurt people. So yeah, that's the topic that we talked about when it comes down to the debate and what we feel, how it's going on. Comes down to the bottom line. What do you think? What's your bottom line? What do you want out of your next president? What do you need out of your next president? Do you think that your president has done better than the last president? Do you think that he can continue doing what he's doing? Do you want more from him? Comments down below on all topics. Let me know what you guys think. Interested to know. It's not about just sharing and subscribing and liking the video. I should get that if you like the video, you would want to share it and subscribe to get more. So, next topic we're going to go over is, let's check this out. Y'all ready? Let's go. We got Rick Ross and we got Rosay. This is the elephant that's in the room that everybody is talking about. So, yes, we got to cover it. We've got to cover it. I don't normally, like covering beef, stuff like that, because I don't want to entice it. I don't want to keep it going. But we have to, because that's the elephant that's in the room. And right about now, it's real cut and dry. Kendrick Lamar, Drake, beef. Everyone's saying that, first of all, it's supposed to be over. There was really no victor that was called out of this because it was stopped by the industry. I don't know if people remember that, but it was actually a beef that was actually stopped. Also, it wasn't like a traditional beef where you got somebody fighting, where you got crews coming together. Not even harmful delivery on the songs. Nothing like your ether or your takeovers or your LL Cool J, cannabis disses or anything like that. Wasn't even like that. Wasn't even like a DMX Ja Rule beef, 50 Cent's Rick Ross beef. Wasn't even like that. Not a physical sort of a drama. This is a new type of beef where these guys are just going at each other, saying personal things and getting things out. So it wasn't even like that. But people are claiming that due to the fact that certain things were said, certain issues that came about, and certain marketing tactics that were put together, that Drake is not the artist he said he was or claims to be, and gets a lot of support from other artists and other places to be who he is. And you got Kendrick, who is a good artist, great artist, has good music. Basically made a diss song which his entire coast got behind and supported, which is called Not Like Us. Because of the marketing and promoting behind it, it actually took off and it did very well. Sometimes when you go at a giant, even if you're surviving and you make it out of the fight, they call you the victor. So everyone has their opinion about who won. I even have my own opinion about who won, but I don't want to voice it here. Try to be as neutral as possible. Let's get back to the beef between Rick Ross, Drake, and what happened the other day at the performance. So Rick Ross performed, got off stage, and as he gets off stage, his DJ decides to play Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar beef song. So as he's getting off stage, he gets approached, a couple of words with someone who's like, nope, you can't do that here. This is not like the pushover town where you think you're gonna just come in, do something like that, and be able to scurry off and talk about it later. I gotta give props to that guy for that, because that's how you're supposed to move. You don't let people come to your spot, your place, and just talk down to your people and let them get up out of there like that. If that's your people, you handle that. And that's what happened. Rosay, supposed to be the biggest boss, should have been able to take what you got. That is what it is. A sort of 1-2 combination. So you throw your hands up at the same time too. So you defend yourself as much as you could. Situations like that, you have to get up out of there because you don't know what's going on in the surrounding. And once your bodyguard is hurt, you got to get up out there because you're bad. I get the fact that everybody's talking crap about him and trying to say that he should have stayed there and manned up and all of that. I get that. But that's your opinion. I'm the boss. When I say go, I don't feel like fighting, I'm not fighting. I could have a different opinion myself, but even in that, you might catch something like this. This is what happens when you decide to fight. And when you want to keep something going that you could have walked away from. Because when you listen to people, this is what can happen. 100 to 300 stitches in the side from being cut by a box cutter. And every single time you say, nah, I'm leaving it alone, or they be like, nah, go ahead, do your thing, and you're listening to them, you get into the fight, they watching you, meanwhile you're walking away with scars, you're in the hospital, you're the one hurt. That's why I have a different opinion when it comes down to fighting and getting in the street brawls or brawls with people that you don't know what they have on them. So y'all telling this man to fight back. What if that guy would have had an ice pick or something like that? As soon as he hit him, he would have poked him in a severe part of his body. Sometimes it's not worth it. Not only that, there's hundreds of people around. You don't know who's in that crowd that could come from behind or from the side. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough to count it when the dealing's done. It's a big saying right there. Rick, you should have never played that song. And if you did, you should have played it when you was at the exit. And you should have played it on Bluetooth while you was at the exit. And just let it like that. Because what happened was you let that song play. After the altercation, DJ saw and heard what was going on. He put a Meek Mill song on. So we know that it was all intentional. So y'all got to be careful out there with how y'all moving and what y'all doing and who y'all playing with. Because a lot of people are not going to take the stuff that you do. There's a lot of real ones out there. A lot of fans that don't play. I said some stuff about Cameron one day, and next thing you know, I had to handle it. Said some stuff about 50 and got some phone calls. I took care of that with him myself. Cameron thing, whatever, I deal with that. But I respect Fifth, so I took care of that. But when it came down to getting them phone calls and getting texts and all that, you gotta be careful about that stuff. You don't even know who these people are. They can come out of any direction the same way they could have came out of any direction when the fight was going on. Same way I got stabbed over there because I was paying attention over here. And then I got stabbed over here. Yeah, same thing. See that one right there? Right there? See that? That one came from the same thing. I'm working over here, trying to do my thing over here. I'm over here doing my thing, and boom. So, yo, check this out. I'm the first one to tell you from experience. That's why I did this. Because so many people are going to tempt you and tell you all types of crazy stuff that you need to be doing. Don't listen to them. I didn't get where I need to be until I started paying attention and listening to myself. And only taking in positive. Don't listen to people. You out there trying to fight everybody. Next thing you know, boom, boom, boom. And you're going to be standing there by yourself. The same way his bodyguard was standing there by himself getting beat up. Because there was too many people there. So now it's 5 of y'all, 3 of y'all, hundreds of people. So now you fighting 4 people, he fighting 4 people. Y'all not going to win. As soon as one person catch you, because that's how the bodyguard got hit. Nobody paid attention to that. Bodyguard moved sideways, and as he's moving, boom, somebody caught him from over here. He caught that, felt that, went down, boom, got the 2-piece from the other dude, boom, boom. Then another dude came sideways and kicked him. That's the strongest muscle in your body. This right here is worse than a punch. And my punches are real, trust me. But this here, this can unlife a person getting kicked in the face, getting kicked in the head. No amount of money is worth being a bodyguard when situations like that go down. He did not take an L. He did his job. Get up, do what you got to do, homeboy. Get yourself back together. You straight. You're gonna be all right. Real talk. Keep doing your job. Ross, be careful the way that you move. Get better security. Keep the same dude that you got because he proved it. Keep him. Get like 2 more dudes. You know what I'm saying? I know you said that you couldn't take your whole staff out there because some of them had cases. I can dig that. But you got to be ahead of stuff like this, especially if you got the plan to do what you was planning on doing. Because I know what you was planning on doing. Your whole plan was to get that song off, throw your mix out, rep that you was in Canada. You did your thing. They loved you. You're going to come back and put that up on Instagram and you was going to do your thing. But they threw a monkey wrench in that plan. They threw a serious monkey wrench in that plan. That plan That plan was 86 real quick when they realized what was going on and that they wasn't having it in their country. And I can't get mad for that. That's like somebody talking crap about me and they out of town and my boy hit him with the 2-piece. We do stuff like that. Yo, if somebody was out here talking crazy, had to put him with the oh, for real? All right, yo, that's crazy. For real? All right, cool. And then I'm talking about it like, yo, my man, whatever. That's how that go. So you got to eat that. It is what it is. And that's basically it, man. Don't take it personal. Take the bitter with the sweet. Easy come, easy go. You know what I'm saying? Easy come, easy go, baby. But Ross, be careful how you moving, man, because hopefully that was an eye-opener letting you know that that wasn't a smart move. Drizzy, we saw you after that, you know, make a little drink and laugh a little bit or whatever like that. Took it as a joke, thought it was funny, liked it, you know. I think you probably reshared it, I'm not sure, when you saw the video, that's what I'm hearing. But I would have probably did the same thing. Me and you cool, next thing you know, you come sideways trying to play me on a song, riding on the bandwagon with everybody else. Then you come to my town and try to play me. I can't get mad for my fans holding me down and doing a 1-2 to you. I can't. You gotta eat that. Now, we got the reciprocation of people talking. We got the Uncle Luke's talking about, you know, he's angry that Drake stamped that and, you know, got behind it and validated it because he's feeling some kind of way. I could dig it. I can dig that. 1 minute. This video is sponsored by the Sneaker Saver. You guys tired of getting that blue dot all over your sneakers? Every time you put on your Air Force Ones to go out of town or out in the street, you put your blue jeans on and you take your sneakers off and you got that blue dye going all around it. That's aggravating, ain't it? I mean, how many pairs of Air Force Ones have I bought? Yeah, I bought over maybe 1,000 pair of Air Force Ones. And why? Because every time I buy a pair, as soon as I put on my favorite PRPS denim jeans, because they're so nice and they're so comfortable and they stretch fit, they dope. They got great fit, great feel and everything, especially for your money. The thing about it is they are blue jeans, and every blue jean runs on the top of your sneaker. That blue dye always comes off and it gets on your sneakers. So what do to make it not go on there? You get yourself a sneaker saver. This, you actually put it inside your jeans, you iron it on, and when your sneakers come in contact with your jeans, you don't get the transfer anymore because you're touching the sneaker saver instead of touching the jeans. So you iron this right inside your jeans, right on the bottom, whoop, on the inside, because that's the iron-on side. And then you just whoop all the way around, and you don't got to worry about blue dye getting on your sneakers, light-fitted shoes, suede shoes, Timberland construction boots, because you know when you wear Timberland's construction boots, if you cover the top of your boots with your jeans, it's going to have dye transfer. Not if you use this. The Sneaker Saver, available now. Everybody, www.thesneakersaver.com. That's TheSneakersSavers. Sneakerssaver.com. Get yours now while supplies last. Invention by myself. I used to put masking tape inside of my jeans to stop the Air Force One from touching on the denim, because I didn't want that blue dye getting on the laces, the tongue, the back. Once you do that, you can't even wear the Air Force Ones with shorts anymore because the blue dye. They could be brand new, but you can't get that blue dye off. You might get it off the first time, but you're not going to get it off every time. So what I did was I made this. It's called the Sneaker Saver. Didn't have to use masking tape no more. I made this so you iron this right onto your jeans, and you don't have that problem no more. Get it now while supplies last. www.sneakersaver.com. I'm showing it on live stream. I'm also showing it on my Instagram and on my Facebook page. Check it out, y'all. thesneakersaver.com. Don't go wrong. Go get that. Easy application. Roll up the pant leg, iron on, cut off the excess. Instructions are right on the back. Sneakersaver.com. www.thesneakers, 2 S's, sneakersaver.com. Get it now while supplies last. Yeah. So, your role in this isn't exactly innocent, Drizzy, because when you pour gasoline on stuff, you could entice some more stuff to happen. So what I would encourage both of y'all to do is leave this alone now, because the original beef didn't incur any fighting, didn't incur anybody getting hurt. All it incurred was words, lyrical wordsmith, going back and forth. It was all hip-hop, and it was good for hip-hop. That's what we should take out of this. Whatever's good for hip-hop. Because overall, all of us are winning from that. You are hip-hop if you are a podcaster, if you're a DJ, if you listen to hip-hop, if that's your main genre, if you dress hip-hop, if you watch hip-hop music, rap music, drill music, anything that got to do with rap, hip-hop. You are hip-hop. You as the person. You as the fan. You are hip-hop. So this did good for us. It shined a light on us. Let them know, guess what? We over here. Hip-hop keep doing it. And we the biggest and best genre because we keep doing it. So, get the good out of this, everybody. Get what you need out of it. Push it, promote it, market it, angle it. Find your way to get yours off. But as far as the beef is concerned, nah, let's get that. It's not necessary. And the way that it happened wasn't going to be good for anybody. Anybody. And you got the OGs talking now, trying to bring up beef with the Lukes and saying certain stuff. And Whack 100 is telling Rosay to fall back on how he's making music and all of that. You can't tell a man how to make his music. All you can do is listen and watch. DMX said it. Trust the person to be who they're going to be, who they say they're going to be. If that's a liar, trust him to lie. If he's a thief, trust him to steal. It's not your job to get mad at him for doing what he do. That's like getting mad at a snake for biting. It's not his fault for doing what he do. You know what I'm saying? Getting mad at a lion for lying. He's supposed to bite you. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I love the fact that we get these chances to go. Hope this video goes up. Hope it's clear enough. Hope you guys get something out of it. If you like it, it's cool. If you want to share it, that's even better. Y'all want to subscribe? Let's go. Cash App, stop playing. Kind of light. Let me stop now. But it's your boy Boogottinyc. Like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere. But the fact that you came here, I appreciate you. So yeah, until the next time. My first stream, y'all. I hope y'all like it and appreciate it. It's your boy Bugatti. Yeah. And this is called the bottom line. I'm a bottom line type of dude. You can do anything, you can go anywhere, whatever. All that fluff and Joneses and all of that stuff is cool. But the bottom line is always the realest. And I'm real. I like to stay real. Real life music, your boy Boogottinyc. Like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere. But the fact that you came in and chill with me, I appreciate you. So till the next time, get him! One.